Good evening, YouTube. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching throughout the world. DutyRon going to check in with a very quick video. And today we're going to talk about the United Airlines. I think it was United or Delta. Let me just make sure. I want to make sure I got it right. I think it was Delta. No. Holy crap. Yeah, I was right. United Airlines, Flight 328, yesterday on its way from Colorado to Hawaii. I guess a bunch of people maybe going on vacation had engine trouble. Part of the engine compartment blew open and blew off, as we're going to see here, mid-flight, right after they took off. And what a scary experience for those passengers. They quickly turned back around, made an emergency landing, and nobody was hurt. Nobody was hurt on the plane, and nobody was hurt on the ground. So this is a win-win situation for the airline industry and for the humans aboard that Boeing 777-200. They experienced problems in the right engine, and it looked like the engine started, the actual housing and casing in an engine started just disintegrating and falling off. I'm going to show you guys a quick picture here from somebody's front lawn that is just totally crazy. I just want to say thank you to my Patreon supporters, my channel members, and everybody who supports the live stream through positive interaction. Hello, Diane. Good to see you, Dookie. Beth Higgs is here. Matty Boy Sully, Ari J. Hello, Kimberly. Good to see you. Marie, thank you so much. Lancaster, California. Great to see everybody joining. So let's look at a little bit of this quickly. This is just a part of the ring of the front of the engine housing falling in somebody's front yard. And you're going to see a picture of this pickup truck. It got annihilated. It looks like part of the gutter fell off the house too. Really difficult, a difficult thing to pull off without anybody getting injured. Hello, what's up, Ryan? Good to see you, my friend. Carol, loving Alaska. Great to see you. Channel members are pouring in. April is here. Hello, April. Thank you for joining. April says hi. Susan, Sugar Mama says hey. Good to see you. Greetings from Riverside. Thank you, Anita. Welcome in. Hi, Gulf Coast girl. What's shaking? I love that profile picture. Nice shades. Beth, there's Beth with her shades. Matty Boy Sully. Yeah, I'm going to show it here. Hey, there's my good friend Mimi J2, one of my best moderators on the DutyRon family. Diane, there's Dookie. Great moderator and friend. Thank you so much for being here. It's a miracle that nobody was hurt. I'm going to play this. I don't know if the audio is going to play. You let me know in the comments if the audio goes. Hi, Alley Cat says she made it. I love it when Alley Cat comes and says, I made it. I made it to the party. Hey, there you go, Alley Cat. And there is Julie Ferguson. Great to see you. Yeah, let's look at this, and you tell me if there's sound, because I'm not sure if there's going to be sound.
Plane parts out of a neighborhood in Broomfield tonight. Pieces from a plane engine rained down over homes, roads, even a soccer field filled with kids. Amazingly, nobody was hurt. Same for the people in the air. United Airlines Flight 328, bound for Hawaii, made it back to DIA safe.
Do we have sound?
This terrifying view outside the window.
Seeing an engine on fire and smoke coming out of it in a large plane, that's concerning. It was pretty concerning, no doubt.
Mark Salinger talked to the passengers who saw it all from their windows. We will hear more from them in a minute.
First, Allie Levine is live in Broomfield tonight, where plane parts are still spread all over the place.
Yeah, Jenny, that's no exaggeration. They are truly everywhere around this area. They are in the two neighborhoods right nearby where we are. And they are, of course, right here in Commons Park. In fact, just a little bit earlier, there was one over my shoulder. Now, since this debris fell all over today, earlier in this afternoon, people have just been stopping by to take a look at it, to take pictures, to show their friends. And, more than anything, people are relieved. They're shocked, but they're relieved that no one was hurt.
Falling from the sky. You know, it's crazy.
It's all anyone in Broomfield is talking about.
It looked a lot like confetti, but a lot bigger.
Some saw it first.
I saw this big cloud of smoke in the sky.
For others, it was the noise.
We heard this big bang
that alerted them to the debris falling from above.
A lot of people said they heard that really loud explosion, which startled a lot of people.
Next thing you know, we heard another big bang and looked out our front window right as the engine cowl rolled into the tree.
Kirby Clemens was one of the many close calls of the day. A massive piece of debris fell right on top of his truck.
Yeah, it's it was pretty weird to see that happen.
It missed him and his wife by about 10 feet.
So yeah, it would have been, that big a piece would have gone through our roof.
Clemens was lucky, and he wasn't the only one.
And the fact that we are still not getting reports of any injuries is absolutely shocking at this point. It's amazing.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have you step back all the way back towards the sidewalks, please.
Pieces of the plane fell not only in neighborhoods, but also in Commons Park.
We just got on the field
where Jim Hunter was coaching soccer.
And it was everywhere. The sky was full of these pieces raining down on the field.
The athletes went from running drills,
A little bit of offense and defensive stuff.
to running for their lives.
When we were running to the shelter, it was like looking up to make sure that there wasn't a giant black piece over your head.
Still, not a single person was injured.
Like, that's pretty crazy that, like, nobody got hurt.
Nobody really understands how or why,
Yeah, I'm honestly shocked.
but no one here is complaining.
Nobody got hurt. I've seen a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. There's excitement.
Allie Levine, 9 News.
Now I got to tell you, man, this is a miracle. This is unbelievable that nobody was hurt on the ground. Nobody was hurt in the airliner. Not one injury. Period. I mean, I am thankful. I thank the Lord. I thank God that was divine intervention there by somebody up above looking out for all the souls on board on that plane. I mean, it's just miraculous that nobody on the ground was even hurt by hundreds. I think you'll hear that maybe there was close to 500-600 pieces of the airplane that fell out of the sky onto these young girls and kids playing on the soccer field. I mean, I'm just so thankful. Let's let the rest of this play. There's not much more left. But you're going to hear this reporter speak about the parts falling down. What a pretty reporter too. She's got great dimple, and she's good for the eyes. Good for the eyes here, this reporter. So
It could have been a lot worse. We heard that so many times today. As you saw in that piece, streets and sidewalks were closed down as they were taped off with caution tape in areas where that debris fell. A lot of that has been cleared away. We were told that the NTSB has removed much of that debris from this area. Broomfield police do want to remind folks that if you come across a piece of that debris, maybe in your backyard, possibly on your morning walk, do not touch it. Do not try to remove it. Just call dispatch and
do not touch.
Yeah, because all of that is really important for them, for the investigators who are.
All right, this is going right back to the boys in California. It's not easy to tie in a plane, like an accident midair where parts fall off a plane, but the NTSB and the federal authorities need to do an investigation, right, to find out what happened. And you hear these reporters, and that's coming not from the reporters, that's coming from the NTSB and the federal authorities. They're telling people not to touch the parts for a very good reason. And I'll put it back so you guys can hear that.
just call dispatch and they will take care of it.
Yeah, because all of that
removed much of that debris from this area. Broomfield police do want to remind folks that if you come across a piece of that debris, maybe in your backyard, possibly on your morning walk, do not touch it. Do not try to remove it. Just call dispatch and they will take care of it.
There you go.
Yeah, because all of that is really important for them, for the investigators who are now trying to figure out what happened. So leave it be and get somebody else to come out and take a look at it. Allie Levine reporting for us in Broomfield tonight. Allie, thank you.
Now, up in the air, more than 230 passengers and crew who thought they were headed for Hawaii.
I got to pause it there. I wish that, let me close this down. Look at that photograph, guys. That's a passenger from his window seat. You know how everybody fights to get that window seat because they want to see the terrain as you're coming into your beautiful Hawaii location. They were flying from Denver to Hawaii. And imagine, you know, oh, I want the window seat. I want the window seat. And you just take off. And this is what you see. It's insane.
Had their flight derailed just minutes after takeoff.
And get somebody else to come out.
More than 200
in Broomfield tonight. Allie, thank you.
Now, up in the air, more than 230 passengers and crew who thought they were headed for Hawaii had their flight derailed just minutes after takeoff. And 30 passengers and crew who thought they were headed for Hawaii had their flight derailed just minutes after takeoff. The pilots turned around and got back to DIA on one engine. Mark Salinger talked with some of those passengers as they got off the plane tonight, Mark.
Yeah, Steve, looking outside of a window and seeing an engine on fire is pretty much anyone's worst nightmare on an airplane. Now, everybody who boarded this flight on their way to Hawaii, they expected to go on vacation. Instead, they got an incredibly scary scenario.
The view from a window seat on United Flight 328 is one of...
I mean, look at that. That's from somebody's cell phone. I mean, Meglo, you said you would have wet your panties. I would have my pants. I would have definitely pants. That's for sure.
Of sheer terror.
We couldn't really see any fire at first. Then there was smoke, and then a little later, then the fire came along. But we were right there in that window facing it.
Brett Guy took this video shortly after takeoff from Denver International Airport en route to a vacation in Hawaii. The Boeing 777 experienced an engine failure over parts of Broomfield.
I don't know. In my head, I was just like, I don't know if we're going to get out of this.
We were right on the wing, so I looked out and I could see some smoke coming, and I just knew, you just know something's wrong, something's not right.
Brenda Doan was a few rows behind Brett with her kids.
My daughter was sitting on the window, and she's I was just like, don't look, let's close it up and let's just pray. So that's what we did. We kind of just held hands and said some prayers.
We took some time to pray with each other, and there were people around me praying.
And there it is, folks. Prayers in a moment of sheer terror. We always turn to the Lord and we pray. I don't care how religious you are, when it's your time or when you feel like the end of your life is coming, everybody turns to prayer. I don't care what you say about, some people are atheists. I don't find any fault in them, but when it comes to the end of life or something very serious, we always turn to prayer. So beautiful.
But I felt fairly confident that we were going to make.
Just knew,
Window facing it.
Brett Guy took this video shortly after takeoff from Denver International Airport en route to a vacation in Hawaii. The Boeing 777 experienced an engine failure over parts of Broomfield.
I don't know. In my head, I was just like, I don't know if we're going to get out of this.
We were right on the wing, so I looked out and I could see some smoke coming, and I just knew, you just know something's wrong, something's not right.
Brenda Doan was a few rows behind Brett with her kids.
My daughter was sitting on the window, and she's I was just like, don't look, let's close it up and let's just pray. So that's what we did. We kind of just held hands and said some prayers.
We took some time to pray with each other, and there were people around me praying, but I felt fairly confident that we were going to make it back to the airport.
Troy Lewis was traveling with his family. They sat in the rows in front of Brenda.
Oh, yeah. As soon as we kind of made the corner and we could see the runway, I made sure, our family, we told each other we loved each other. It makes you all of a sudden remember all those things that you can easily forget.
In the middle of every flyer's worst nightmare, passengers are thankful for a crew that landed the crippled plane safely.
I talked to the pilot a little bit, and he was calm and confident, and I'm grateful for the pilots, their experience, the way they were able to manage this to keep us all safe.
Kind of blessings, man. Like, you never know what's going to happen, but hug your loved ones and enjoy life.
Yay! Definitely a crazy experience. I don't want to have repeated. So.
And all the
You heard them all clapping when the plane hit the runway. Kudos to the pilot. kudos to the flight crew, and kudos to everyone that was on board that didn't, panic. I'm sure people were very scared, scared for their lives. Holy moly, how frightening is, to say the least, right? Yeah, Ashley says, my husband works at DAI. He was there when they were fueling that plane. Unbelievable. Yeah. Terrible.
Those passengers on that flight were rebooked onto another flight that left later this evening. Of course, some folks decided that they didn't want to get on another airplane.
Of course I would fly again.
Really can't blame them.
No, you cannot blame them. In fact, I might be in that club after an experience like that. Mark Salinger, live from Denver International Airport. Mark, thanks.
9 News aviation expert Greg Feith has investigated many plane crashes or malfunctions throughout his career. So tonight, he explained what we know about this engine failure and what investigators will be looking for.
All right, so this is good. This is good information because I watched this, obviously, before I played it for you guys. This is an expert in the aviation field, so he's going to tell us a little bit about the engine and perhaps what went wrong here.
For next.
Denver, departure United 328 Heavy Mayday aircraft just experienced engine failure, need a turn immediately.
This type of failure could have happened.
Explained what we know about this engine failure and what investigators will be looking for next.
This is the pilot.
Denver, departure United 328 Heavy Mayday aircraft just experienced engine failure, need a turn immediately.
This type of failure could have happened at any time in the flight, but during takeoff where you're using maximum power, that's the highest time of probability for a failure like this to have occurred.
All that debris that fell over Broomfield, critical for investigators to answer why this happened.
It could have been manufacturing defect. It could have been a fatigue failure, which is associated with aging.
Look at the big part on the plane on the front lawn. I was telling you about that pickup truck. Look at it. It hit the back of this truck. It hit part of the house here and then hit the back of the truck right here. You see the big dent? And then there's a huge piece of the front ring of the airplane. I think it was a Boeing 777. Let me just double check. And I think they mention it here in this article. It's a Boeing 777/200. So a fairly new plane. Maryland, fairly new. It's just amazing that nothing happened and everybody is safe. All right, here we go. Let's finish this. But what a picture right here. This is somebody's front house. And this guy goes on to say that the plane missed his wife and himself by 10 feet, that plane part.
Aircraft issues. All of those will be on the table until they can find the blade or blades that have failed.
The flight was headed for Honolulu.
There is no way for the crew or anyone else to have known when a failure like this was going to take place. These passengers and this crew were very fortunate that it didn't happen 5 hours into the flight over the middle of the Pacific Oceans. Well, if this had occurred over the ocean, depending on where they were along their route of flight, there's either a turn back point whereby they would have come back to California or someplace along that coast versus continuing on to Honolulu.
Instead, this plane made a big circle over the metro, landing safely back.
Okay, so that's the flight radar. I have this app on my phone. It's a great app, and this shows the flight path, and they experienced the trouble and then circled back and came and landed safely back at UAI in right outside of Denver. So, my God, the Lord was with the pilot and everybody on that plane. So
back at DIA.
Flight crews are trained for this kind of event on a very regular basis. And while they hope they never have to use those types of skills that they learn in training, this is where training paid off. So this was handled in a very professional, thorough, and methodical manner.
Now, I'll say this, Tattoo Lulas says exactly, who cares about the new truck? It wasn't a new truck anyways. It was an older truck because I saw a closer picture of it. I'm just saying that that's how close it came to hitting them. They were getting out of that truck and going into the house when the part came down and hit the truck and missed them by 10 feet. So that was my point. I mean, you could replace things and property, but you can't replace your life. So you're right, Tattoo Lulas. they'll get their money back and probably a voucher for another a flight or maybe two. And I'm sure people will sue for all kinds of mental anguish and things of that nature. You know, there's always those people out there, those ugly people that will sue for anything. I despise people like that. So, but that's just my opinion. Don't hate the messenger, but that's my message. I hate people like that.
Feith said this was a 2-engine aircraft and that the FAA has certified it to fly with one for a period of time, but no more than 240 minutes from being able to land. NTSB investigators from Denver are now in charge of the investigation.
Take a snooze. We're up this morning early and all of a sudden heard a pretty loud bang and felt it pretty profoundly. I knew that it was on my side of the airplane, and so I lifted up the shade on the window.
Yes, Marilyn. Just a short time.
I'm seated right over the wing.
Short time after takeoff, it happened. There's a passenger.
The front part of it had blown off. The casing around the engine had blown off. The engine was still there.
Just want to see something.
I mean, again, just you know, as far as
I haven't looked at this footage. I'm just going to scroll forward because it's kind of annoying with this guy talking. But
praise gods and high fives. So.
Investigators are pulling.
Okay, so that was perfect because this is the picture that I saw in the beginning of this video. But also, there was a top photo of this thing hit here, and they were coming and walking into this house, and it just missed them, narrowly missed those two people. It would have killed them. It definitely would have killed them. It was a United flight, yes. Flight number 328. Joey, you know the significance of 328 for me. Yeah, it was a United flight. I might have screwed up the title on this one. Let me see what it says. Yeah, I put Delta. Let me correct this now before. Thank you for that, guys. Thank you. I made the title fast, so I'll correct it. Actually, I'll correct it when we're done. Let me correct it when we're done. Let me say hello to everybody. Thank you so much for joining. This was in no way, shape, or form going to be a long video. I just wanted to point out that, you know, God is good and he looks over us sometimes. And then in certain instances where we have planes that actually go down and people perish, which happens less times than it happens. So thank God we have more of a chance of being killed in a car accident than on a flight. So I fly regularly. I'm not afraid of flying. I was in a major train accident in 1987 on an Amtrak train en route from Washington, D.C. back to New York. And we were in Chase, Maryland, and we hit into the back of a Conrail locomotive. The guy was smoking angel dust on the Conrail. He went through a red light, and me and my brother almost died in a massive train accident in 1987. You could look it up and Google it, Amtrak, and it hit the back of a Conrail locomotive going almost 100 miles an hour. So I almost lost my life in my early 20s in a major train accident. I spent a couple of days in Johns Hopkins Hospital in Maryland, and then I had surgery on my knee, and my brother had a concussion, and that was the worst of it. But I was in a major commercial accident, so it is what it is. I never stopped flying or getting on trains after that because I have balls of steel. Oh, that went through, and that's not even a dirty word. I got balls of steel, so it never stopped me. I just kept going, you know. So I want to say a special thank you to my Periscope friends. Anybody that's here on the Periscope live stream, make sure you're subscribed to DutyRon. I'll put that here now in the chat. Subscribe to DutyRon on YouTube. So if you're in on Periscope, make sure you subscribe to DutyRon here on YouTube because Periscope is ending on March 31st. Hi, Anita. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you coming. Appreciate you being in here. So I have one more thing. Carol, loving Alaska, has PTSD of flying. Just take some drugs and get on the plane. Make sure you travel and get to see places so you don't have any regrets. No regrets. We don't want to have regrets. All right, let's see. I think this is the same video. Let me just see what this says.
Plane parts out of a
people are really.
We saw this already. All right, nobody wants to see that again. Let me unshare that and see if I can get my other screen. Hold on. Stop sharing. Let's share this one. Hold on, kids. What is this one called? Screen one? No, I don't want screen one. Do I want screen two? Yes, there it is. All right, I want screen two. Right, let's watch this. Hopefully we'll have sound on this one. I got 3 freaking screens in front of me. Imagine that.
Better days start with us. On live.
That's annoying that we had to watch that.
Really loud explosion, which startled a lot of people. And then they just started seeing basically what they thought was a plane falling from the sky.
And breaking news tonight in Colorado, plane parts rained down on the Denver area after an engine on a United Airlines jet explodes minutes after taking off for Hawaii. And those parts came crashing down on roofs or landed in front yards. Still, no one was hurt, and the plane returned to the airport safely. We just learned.
Can we hear the audio?
United Airlines Boeing 777 flew from Chicago to Denver this morning. Passenger Barbara Underwood was seated with her husband near the wing when she says she saw the...
Do we have audio? Yes. Okay, thank you.
Just a big boom, and the ring around the engine flew off.
The pilot calling in a mayday.
Mayday, Mayday, United 328 Heavy, Mayday, Mayday aircraft. Just experienced a engine failure, need a turn immediately.
Witness.
How freaking frightening is that? I mean, obviously the passengers didn't hear the mayday, but you heard the urgency in that pilot's voice. Oh my God. That mayday was chilling to hear it.
Is reported hearing a loud boom and seeing smoke. These images show the engine in flames. A large circular piece of metal that appears to be part of the engine casing landed in the front yard of this home.
This big ring is actually the nacelle, the very front end of the engine. So you can see when the engine came apart internally, the force was so great that it blew that cover of the engine off and into this neighborhood.
This home was damaged when debris came through the roof, landing in the kitchen. Other pieces of the plane's engine landed in
this neighborhood.
This home was damaged when debris came through.
Would you look at that? Holy sweet mother of Jesus. Straight through the kitchen.
Through the roof, landing in the kitchen.
Wow. If you're sitting there at that breakfast bar, there's parts of the ceiling right here, right? This is parts of the sheetrock, and some big piece of metal or something came through. Holy crap.
Kitchen. Other pieces of the plane's engine landed in a nearby park. The Broomfield, Colorado Police Department did in a nearby park.
Wow. Look at the size of these things. Now, there was girls. We saw these look like teenage girls were practicing soccer in this park when the stuff came down. And if you look at one of these pictures, you could see a water bottle left in the middle of that turf field because they were running off the field as the plane parts were falling out of the sky.
Park. The Broomfield, Colorado Police Department sent an alert to people living nearby, asking them to look for debris in their yard.
If you find debris in your home, near your home, in your neighborhood, please don't touch it. Please don't move it. Just leave it there. Call dispatch. Let us know, because we're trying to get an idea of how far this debris field is.
Take care, Timmy. Good to see you, brother.
And several flight tracking websites show that same jet left O'Hare around 9 this morning and flew to Denver, then left for Hawaii about an hour and 20 minutes later. That's when the engine exploded and the pilots returned to the Denver airport. Passengers continued their trip to Hawaii on a different plane.
That's balls of steel right there, boy.
Start your day with
Passengers continued their flight So they didn't let that stop them. They didn't let it stop them. They were like, we're going to Hawaii. Screw that. All right, listen, so I'm going to change the title. I said Delta instead of United. I was a little confused. I did this quick, but I did want to bring this to you. It's a miracle that everybody survived. On the ground, nobody injured. Up in the plane, nobody injured, and people still took off and continued back to their trip, traveling to Hawaii. So I tip my cap to them because they definitely got of steel. I'm drinking my coffee. Thank you to Platinum Mimi for the Jesus is the Gift coffee mug. So this is my Sunday night cup of Joe in my Jesus is the Gift coffee mug. Thank you, Platinum Mimi. So, scary stuff. Let me send a lot of love and respect to each and every one of us. Yeah, Ron, I wasn't correcting. I was worried. Wait a minute. Hold on. I was worried there was another one. Yes. Thank you, though, Riding Rogue. You helped correct me because I didn't realize that I screwed up and put Delta instead of United. Linda S., thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming up. You have your office set up now. Yes, Jules, I do. Thank you for the coffee mug. That was sent in by one of my listeners, one of my good friends, Platinum Mimi in Texas, in the great state of Texas. So Platinum Mimi, send me this. Lizzie Two Shoes says, my daughter lives in Broomfield. So scary. I'm glad that she's okay. So let me just read some of the chat. Let me know where you're watching, the city and state. I always like to do the roll call here with you guys. The slow mode is not on tonight, so I have slow mode off. Bugsy Cruiser, good to see you. Hi, Emily Flolita. Emily Flolita is my very first channel member. When my channel memberships were enabled, Emily Flolita was the very first. She is my first. Now, my first love is my wife, obviously, but Emily Flolita is my first channel member. So I love and respect her for becoming a channel member. And she's there freezing in Michigan. Hello, North Carolina. I'm going to highlight all of the places. Hello, Wichita,
Investigators
Kansas.
are pulling plane
Hold on.
parts out of a neighborhood in Broomfield tonight.
I'm
Pieces
going to shut that down. Let's get back to the roll call. Robin, North Carolina says, Robin, thank you. Hi, Jenny. Oh, that's my Jenny. I have 8 Jennies in all. That's my Jenny. What movie is that from? Can anybody say? That's my Jenny. Anybody? Hello from Wisconsin. I love doing this. Queens, New York, one of my neighbors. Bugsy, thanks for the super chat. Thank you for the super love. That's coming out of Bugsy Cruiser. Everybody go over and check out his channel. He's an over-the-road trucker who brings you wonderful sunsets, beautiful landscape along his route. He is an over-the-road trucker, and Bugsy Cruiser, go subscribe. Check him out. Coffee Bar Lady, South Carolina. Thank you. Oklahoma, Broken Arrow. So anybody get the movie? That's my Jenny. 8 Jennies in all. Forrest Gump, yes. Jenny Stern, I think, got it. Cat's Eye got it. Melanie got it. Marilyn, I think, was first. Who was first? No, Avalon Apples was first. No, Stephanie L. I'm screwing this up. Ken got it too. Oh, shit. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, sorry about that. A lot of folks don't like it when I curse. Okay, so let me finish the roll call. Somebody got it first. I don't know who. You're welcome, Bugs. You're welcome. My pleasure, my brother from another mother. Hello from Mississippi. Good to see you. Anybody from Bakersfield or California City where our boys, the Angels, have gone missing? Anybody from that area? I want to send you a positive vibes and strength and love from New York. April, welcome in from New Jersey. April is my neighbor. Hey, there's Ireland. Delayed on the beep. Yeah, I was like a day late and $1 short. Amityville, North Carolina. We have an Amityville here in Long Island. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody being in here. If you guys don't mind, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Consider subscribing. All one word, DutyRon. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All one word, DutyRon. And there's my good friend Jeep Girl. I'm Jenny, and my horse's name is Forrest. He came with that name too. Oh, Jenny. That's my Jenny. Hello from Nebraska. Good to see you. MP shot it twice. It's a hell of a screen name. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody said done. Where is that? Where did that go? Sally Cotto. Sally Cotto says done, Ron. Thank you. Marilyn, you got it first. You win the prize. Jesus is the gift. Marilyn, send me a message on DutyRon.com and I will send you out a DutyRon pen. Marilyn, you send me your address on DutyRon.com and you will get a blurry pen. Why won't it focus? Why won't it focus? I got to do that. You're going to get one of these. Send me your address, Marilyn. You won a pen. All right. Kenny Dalton says, I got it first, Marilyn. Send me your address on DutyRon.com, Kenny, and I'll send you a pen too. How about that? No fighting here. There's no fighting here. All right, kids. I think I'm going to end it. I don't have anything more. But airplane parts fall from the sky in Broomfield, Colorado. Somebody said earlier, what's with Colorado? You got people getting killed left and right. You got all kinds of craziness going on. You got people missing, people getting killed, and airplane parts falling out of the sky. So it is what it is. There's a delayed response from Beverly Marshall. Forrest Gump. Gary, all the way from Ireland, Boxing MMA 365. Everyone subscribe to his channel. He's a channel member. He's a supporter. He's one of my moderators, and I love him. Also, Black Rose is not here, but I love her. Thank you for that. Joey Brooklyn's not here, but I love him. Michelina, God's in control always. Amen. Amen to that. Amen. Broomfield is Barry. Broomfield, Barry Morphew. We got to talk about Suzanne Morphew. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you want to hear an update from me about Suzanne Morphew. I'm going to look into that case and see what's going on. I'm going to try to contact Polyclass's dad, Mark. And I'm going to try to get a hold of him and see if he knows anything about updates on Suzanne Morphew. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to hear an update from me on Suzanne Morphew. If I can get an update, I won't just go live if there's nothing to update. And I've already sent an email to Mark Kloss to see if I can have contact with him about Suzanne Morphew and about the boys. Of course, I'm always thinking about the boys, Orrin and Orson West, Sincere and Classic. So let me know in the comments section. I love when you guys interact with me in the comments. Hit me up in the comments section. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know what you think about breaking news that I cover. And maybe some show ideas. Send me information or ideas to DutyRon.com. That's the best. That is the best way to get a hold of me is on DutyRon.com. The reason I prefer DutyRon.com is because I get so many messages from other people that just like say hi or just want to say hello to me or thank me. If you send messages to DutyRon.com that are specific to a conversation that you want to have with me, it's better there because stuff gets lost in social media with me. So it's best that you send stuff on to DutyRon.com. So again, any messages or anything, DutyRon.com. If you could, one of the mods can put it in the chat, I would appreciate that, and then I'll highlight it. DutyRon.com. Maybe we can manipulate the bot to put the DutyRon.com in there. Why?
Investigators are pulling plane.
Why does this keep playing on me? Let me cut that off. Hold on, kids. There's Just want to put that up before I close. DutyRon.com. Hold on. No. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Princess Michelle. So there it is, DutyRon.com. You don't have to put www. Just go to the search bar on Google and put DutyRon.com in. Make sure you subscribe to me here on YouTube. If you're on Periscope, subscribe to me on YouTube. I greatly appreciate that. It's tremendous help. And Periscope is ending, by the way. Periscope is ending. So there it is. Nabul took the time out to put in the HTTPS, but you don't need to put that. You could just put in the search bar DutyRon.com and it comes right up. I'll save you all those digits that Nabul from France put in there. But thank you for that, Nabul. Also go and follow Nabul on YouTube. He is a tremendous, respectful person. Go and check him out. He's got beautiful stuff from France. He's going to show you all of Saint-Tropez and everywhere in between. So smelly cheese and cheap wine is his specialty, straight from France. So smelly cheese and cheap wine from my good friend Nabul. Oui, oui, merci, right. That's the best I could do with my French. That was pretty bad, but got to put a little humor into this every once in a while. All right, guys. Love and respect from New York. Thank you, Amber, for the super love. Oh, look, I got to highlight that. She's awesome. Amber Magic. I know I'm screwing that up. Magic. I think I got it right. Amber Magic says, thank you, Ron, for all you do. God bless, my friend. God bless you. Appreciate that. And Jesus is the gift. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that, Amber. You are awesome sauce. I'm glad I made you laugh a little bit. So, as I always like to end, God bless the world. God bless the United States of America. And God bless each and every one of us here and all victims of crime throughout the world and throughout the United States. We say a special prayer and strength to the families affected by crime and by tragedies throughout the country and throughout the world. And I thank you for joining. I'll see you on the next one. Love and respect from New York. Peace from DutyRon. Have a great week. Let's let Monday be our this week. Let's own this week. Jeep Girl, you're adorable. I appreciate. God bless for a wonderful week. Thank you for the super love. Thank you for the super love. I appreciate that, Jeep Girl. You are awesome sauce. One more thing from Glasgow, Scotland. Love the people from Scotland. Celtic Girl, spelt with a G-H-I-R-L. Yes, those pilots deserve to be, hold on a second. Those pilots deserve so much praise for keeping the calm and getting everyone safe. Yes. I think about Sully Sullenberg with the Miracle on the Hudson. So I think about that. I've been subscribed to you ever since I came here through 10 to Life's channel. April, thank you for that. Kippenberg, Dubs, much love and respect to you. Thank you for being in here from 10 to Life. Annie is cool people. I look forward to making another appearance on her channel and maybe having her and Linda from It's a Crime, if they care to come and hang out with me here. I think we could do some cool stuff together. So I'm looking forward to seeing those young ladies on my live stream. Anybody here other than me will make me look better aesthetics wise. So it always helps to have a pretty face instead of looking at this. It's tough to take it in. Let's get a close up for you guys of DutyRon so I can scare everybody away. We go to the trusty zoom in. Whoa. It's frightening. All right, guys. Peace from New York. Just showing you some of my silly side on a lighter broadcast. We're not talking about really any bad crime or anything like that here. So good night from New York. Sorry about the long goodbyes. Long goodbyes are part of the Italian dream. This is what Italians do. Long goodbyes. Soul for Music. Love you. I'll see you soon. Thank you, guys. And good night from New York. Gotta show Soulful Music's laughing. She loves to laugh at me. All my friends love to laugh at me. Isabel, don't give up, DutyRon. Don't give up at DutyRon for Lent. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Amber, hold on. I think I owe you some money. Hold on. Where is that comment? Hold on. Who is it? Yeah, Amber Magic. You're a handsome dude. Just ask Mrs. DutyRon. She's been with me for 30 years. So it's got to be something. It's definitely not my money. It's definitely not the money. All right, kids. I'll speak to you soon. All right. Popeye the bird is laughing. I got to get the cam set up, the second cam for Popeye, so you guys can see my African gray. He's right here, and he is laughing at me. So funny stuff, good stuff. I'll talk to you on the next one. This time I'm really going. I'm really going to go. Goodbye, guys. Thank you. Thank you for all the super chats, too. Appreciate it, guys.